Hi guys, we're here with a brief little update on the not so resilient Jenkins because there's just so much happening and I'm trying to keep up, and I've received support for covering this really tragic situation. So that's what we're here to do today. Quick little update. So Steph has made a new video to share that yes, they have 3 days until they have to be out of their apartment and they have nowhere to go. So she has utilized this service that she thinks is scamming her. She finally decided to use this service 9 days before they had to vacate the property, from what she has shared. So you waited until 9 days before you had to be out to utilize this service that now you think is not serving you, because you have said how, oh, I call the number, it always goes to the same person, they're not getting back to us, they're not this, they're not that. Ma'am, you knew this was coming. You knew this date was coming. You knew that you had to get out of your house. You're refusing to go live. You said even if it was offered, you would not go to your family. And while your world, more importantly, your children's world, is being blown up into a million pieces, you are sitting there recording a video and Drew is doing what in the background? Let's say it together. He's playing on his PS5 with his internet friends, yelling at his video game while you are supposed to be literally out of your unit, have it cleaned, have it all done in 3 days. She literally said that she thought that they might be being scammed because when she calls the place, it always goes to the same person, and then she accused this person of switching up her voice when Steph asked to talk to somebody else. Steph, you're comparing a small company to calling Nike, saying, oh, if you call Nike, you're not going to get the same person. Those two are not even comparable, ma'am. We're not even talking about the same scale of company. It's the comparisons, it's the waiting until the last minute, it's not being on your game, it's not being 10 steps ahead of this eviction, it's the going to Target, like filming a video to go to Target instead of worrying about moving. It's the making a video to clap back at haters instead of making sure that you have a place to go.
I recorded this earlier, but I just rewatching it felt it came off a little more like disrespectful and talking shit than I wanted it to. Just not the person I am, not the person I'm trying to be. But I wanted to reach out and see if maybe anybody has experience with a place called Second Chance Apartments, because we signed up for their services about a week ago, Thursday to be exact. We picked from the listings they gave us, and they said, we'll contact all these properties, get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. That was on Thursday. So we figured we weren't going to hear a response until about Monday because of weekends, business hours, whatever. We didn't hear anything Monday. We reached out and we're like, are we going to get a response? And she said, we'll let you know by the end of tomorrow, Tuesday. Still nothing. So today I call, and I'm just getting a little suspicious at this point because every time I call, if you go on secondchanceapartments.com, there's like a number you can call for the general line. I call that general line and it always goes to the same person. I'm suspicious why a general number would always go to the same person. Usually I'd call a big Nike number. You're not going to get the same customer service rep every time. Why would I get the same person every time? She has a direct number of her own. You see what I'm saying here? So I asked, can I speak to somebody else? Because I'm not trying to be rude, but I've spoke with you for the past week and nothing's become of it. Can I speak to somebody else? She rerouted me to somebody else in the company, another customer service rep, and it literally just sounded like the girl just switched up her voice, switched up her accent a little bit, and I was talking to the same person. And I'm just getting anxious because we have 3 days left. I'm trying to have faith that we didn't buy into some scam service. But with my experience in life, this is just a little sketch. So I appreciate supportive responses. I realize, like, I'm putting myself out on the line, kind of expressing what we're going through here, but maybe somebody else has some kind of answers. And before you say contact DHS and 211, I've done this. I've called every resource that 211 gave us, and this was the next route that we went to hopefully get some help, because somebody from one of the apartments we called said, well, why don't you try this service that I've heard a lot of people have a luck through. And we went in on good faith on someone else's word, and that may have been our bad, but I'm really hoping that's not the case. Like I said, I don't want to come at this like I'm talking shit, because for all we know, the service is going to help us and going to provide housing for us. It just might take a little longer than we were expecting. I'm just reaching out to see if anybody else has experience. See what. I'll keep asking, what would the plan be if you guys don't find housing? Okay, I don't know of another plan besides getting a hotel and getting a storage unit, because even the fact that I have 4 siblings who have housing out here and a mother, none of them have offered for us to stay with them until we figure out some kind of situation. Nor would I even want to stay with any of them, because they haven't been here through any of this shit, okay? That's just my siblings and my family. The situation was reversed, they would be receiving support from me, and that's how it's always been. The one sibling that would maybe do something about trying to help us out is in Florida, my oldest brother. And he'd be trying to be like, come to Florida. I don't know how much of that video you made it through, but if you made it through this far, I appreciate you listening to me ramble. And I really don't want that to come off as me talking shit about my siblings, because it's not on them to, like, rescue the situation. I'm just saying, if the situation were reversed, life hit them the same way, I'm here for them, always. And my goal is to, this is just a stepping stone. We will get past this.
My sorrow and my pity and my understanding for Steph and Drew is depleted. It's been done for a long time, and I think this eviction process confirms that these two people are not only irresponsible with life as a general idea, but they're very irresponsible with their finances and timelines and making sure that things are done in appropriate order. Not paying your rent, you're utilizing services 9 days before you have to be out. You have nowhere to go. You're refusing to even lean on family if they were to help you. And you're telling TikTok about it. Steph, TikTok is not going to do anything for you. TikTok did something for you already. And what did you do with the money? You didn't pay your rent, and you sat there and blew a really amazing opportunity. And now you're back doing the same nonsense and being upset that people are absolutely irate with what you have done here. She can play the sad fishing game all she wants, but I have never been so, I've covered a lot during my time on YouTube. I feel so flabbergasted by the level of irresponsibility exhibited by both of these adults. The sheer greed and arrogance that has been shown by them is... Steph wants to talk about, it makes my stomach turn, this, that makes my stomach turn. Thinking about how foolish and dumb these people are. You still haven't talked about the cats. You still haven't addressed the fact that you literally kicked your cats out of your house. You abandoned your cats. You threw away their stuff. It's a circus. It really is. If she could only see how pathetic Drew is, and how people that are calling him a bum and a loser, they're right. They're right. And it's okay to admit that you picked the wrong partner. You picked the wrong partner, and that's okay. If you were to admit that, people would start to have a little bit more understanding of, like, you know what, this is an adult taking accountability for a dumb adult decision But she won't do that. And who at the end of the day is going to pay for all of this? It's her kids. And that's who I always worry about. But anyway, we'll see where this goes. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.